Hello guys, I'm in the heart of Westlands and today I have a military grade car and that's the Mercedes-Benz G63 and I'm going to be showing you right now. There you go, as you can see. So reasons to why I talked about it being a military grade car, it's because the first suggestion of this vehicle came from the king of Iran. I think in the early 70s or 60s. His name was Mohammed Shah, and he suggested to Mercedes-Benz that they should make this vehicle, and they actually did. And it started being sold to civilians in 1979 with the W460, and I'm going to get to that later, but let's just have a look at this. It's quite a beautiful car. In this red, it's quite unique, even with the color. Of course, it's G63, so it has to be the AMG. AMG, there you go. You can see the way it's bossy. It's quite bossy, imposing. All the names you'd call it to give it that manly look. Yes. Yeah, so now on the history, the W460, as I mentioned earlier, was the first generation. It was mainly a military grade vehicle. And then from there came the W461, which was made from 1992. And that one actually ran from 1992 to 2022. That one is still there. It's actually the military grade car. It doesn't look like this. It's a bit, it's the older shape. And for the civilian side of the business, they made the W463. The W463 was made from 1990. The first generation of the W63 was made from 1990 to 2018, which is very common. They have had, of course, to refresh it and do a few facelifts here and there. And then from 2018 is when they introduced this one here, which is the second generation W463. Started from 2018 to 2020, time of COVID, when they halted the production a bit. Then they continued now to 2024, or rather to date, which is this is a shape that is still going on. And yes, that's the brief history of the car. So hasn't had a lot of refresh and all that. This is actually the first biggest attempt to refresh the shape. Before that, they always looked very military and very ruddy and radical. Yes, so we'll have a look at the exterior and then we continue. Now to the exterior, and please note that here we are talking about generally the G-Wagon shape. Of course, this one, what we have today, is a G63, but the G350, G550, G500, they'll all look like this if they have the AMG body kit. Of course, there are those that don't have, as I'm showing you there right now. Yes, so now on the exterior design, we'll start with this grille. Of course, I think you might have seen this grille on other Benzes. It's called the Panamericana grille. Of course, it has a bit of AMG done to it, and this car has the logo plated here and partitioned, of course, meaning that it has the Distronic Plus, the adaptive radar sensors that help you with safety and cruise control. The daytime running lights are on. This is a light that does almost everything you need on this car, and the indicators are up top there. And yes, you can see it has a bull bar aftermarket installed on it, and they normally don't come with those from the market. Typically, you can see the rims there. And one thing I like about this car is these brakes. These brakes are crazy. You can see they are ventilated, and they are made to actually help you stop at very high speeds. Of course, performance, the tires are R22s, meaning they are 22-inch tires, and they are Pirellis. So this one has really been invested in. You can see the V8 bi-turbo badging there. Yes, this car doesn't have a lot to take home about on the exterior, but of course it looks good. You will not miss this car again on the road. Just as I said on the S-Class, you will not miss this on the road. Yes, let's see this. One thing I like about also this exterior is the way they have kept this particular spare wheel at the back there. gives it a very off-road vibe and look. Yes, so that's really much that we can say on the exterior. On this facelift they kept the flat windscreen design, but slanted it a bit. But of course they put a bit of curve so that it could look a bit refreshed, because the other one was looking quite the military vehicle, but this one looks a bit better in my opinion. It's a car that you can move around with easily. And of course as we get to the interior, I'll be showing you the different off-road capabilities that it can do. Yes, so let's get into the interior, then we continue. So now on the interior, let me show you the cockpit. You can see it has a sunroof. I like this car because it has a lot of features. Let me open the door so for you to see. It has cool seats, or heated seats, memory seats, has the Burmester surround sound system, and the central lock is there. This door, you have to bang it. It's quite amazing. It has this amazing sound. Let me show you. You can hear that. It gives you that feeling of very manly, very radical. You can see the Burmester system there. That's the screen. Of course, as you can see now, Mercedes-Benz are now doing this screen on almost all their cars. It started on the S-Class in 2013, but they're now putting it in almost all cars. Of course, this one being a 2020, it must have that screen. Now here, actually, let me start the car for us to be able to you can hear the sound. Close the windows. Yes, and you can see this setting here for the off-road, and this particular one here helps you with locking the differentials. And this one has 3 settings, so you can lock the front, the center, and the back. You can see that it's actually drawn. It's actually very easy to use. I wish I could show you, but I can't do the off-road right now. Yes, you have AC settings there. Of course, typical Mercedes-Benz, most of these things are again very usual, just as we have been mentioning them. Again, you can see there the different controls, and of course you control with this particular dial here. Got a number of things that you can work on. I won't get into these things. Of course, you can come and view the vehicle, and I'll be able to take you through even a little bit better if you're interested. Yes, so here we have even the orange gear for your off-road, your parking assistance there. We have this particular button here with the exhaust drone opens up the valve. The exhaust has a valve, so when you open it up, the sound goes a bit deeper and it's a bit louder. So it's good for people who like that particular AMG sound right there. You have dynamic select, of course, for the different modes. You have sport plus, comfort, individual. The slippery mode, I don't know why you'd need that but it's okay. Comfort is where mostly it usually is, and the other settings for this particular one here is for dynamic select, also for now doing your different settings, either engine, suspension, setting them up very differently depending on how you want. The suspension settings are there, and of course you have traction there. And this particular area here, just like every other Mercedes-Benz, controls your Mercedes-Benz system. Now this car has the MBUX, which I talked about when I was talking about the S-Class. So this one has the MBUX, or rather the Mercedes-Benz user experience, and it's a very good system. Back then, BMW used to take Mercedes-Benz for a ride because iDrive was the best, but once the MBUX came out, I think it's now taking BMW for a ride and giving it competition. Yeah, well, of course, I know BMW guys won't like what I just said, but it's okay. There you have a number of things there. Yes, so get to the back and we continue with this. So on to the back. can see the cockpit view from here. This car has rear seat entertainment, of course, coming from Mercedes-Benz. The legroom is okay, quite good. The headroom is also fine. You can see that. Yes, I've opened the windows for visibility because the car is tinted. And you actually look also at the back. Here you have some cup holders if you're doing a road trip. So the back here doesn't have really much, but it's quite comfortable, of course, more comfortable than the other one. Of course, this car is not made for comfort, but again, it is better than the previous generation, the 460 and the 461, the military grade one. So this one is a bit better in terms of comfort and all that, and of course it's better than the 463 first generation. Yes, so let's look at the boot, which is where we have quite a lot of space. I'll bang the door again. You hear that? So opening up, you just press there. You can see it's very well, the material is very well made. Here at the back you have quite a lot of space. You have the subwoofers for bar mister there. Yes, you're able to carry some good load. Yes, and I think that's it for there. So we will talk about the engine and then we finish off the video. So here's the engine, and this particular engine is a 4-liter by turbocharged V8, and it's a dual overhead cam setup. Dual overhead cam setup. It has 2 turbos. Of course, you can see it's the way it's set up, and it's handcrafted. You can see here it's even signed by the person who handcrafted the engine. The numbers are 577 HP horsepower and 850 newton meters of torque. So of course, very powerful, the vehicle has the 9-speed 9G-tronic transmission, of course shiftable manually if you want, but of course most people will drive it just the way it is. And of course it's a 4-wheel drive with the 3 locking differentials that I showed you there. So yeah, that's it on the engine. So the vehicle is available for viewing in Westlands. You can call me on 0703 666 704 and I'll be able to assist you with viewing. Anything you need to know about the car, you can DM me or call me. I'll be able to assist you. We are selling it for Kenya shillings 45 million, and it's available. It has quite a number of additions on it, but of course we are willing to negotiate depending on the offer that you have on the table. And yes, so talk to me and I'll be able to help you out. Thank you for watching. Until next time, kwaheri.